extend a hearty welcome and sincere gratitude to Senior Vice President TI, former DG, Border Road Organization, former Engineering Chief MOD, and Principal Advisor CBIP, Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma, PVSM AVSM, Vice President TI, and Honorable Chairman, Himachal Pradesh Electricity Regulatory Commission, Shri D.K. Sharma, Vice President TI and Project Director, Hindustan Construction Company Limited, Shri R.K. Khali, Director Project, Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation, Shri S.K. Gupta, Secretary General, Shri Aditya Kumar Dinkar, Chair TIYM, Shri Ayush Raj, Vice Chair TIYM, Shri Chiranjeev Sarkar, and other office bearer of TIYM Group, our esteemed guests and other dignitaries. We convey our sincere thanks to all professionals for their time and presence for today's celebration on World Terminal Day. Now I request Shri Aditya Kumar Dinkar, Secretary General, to welcome Senior Vice President TI, Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma, PVSM, AVSM with I also request to welcome Vice President TI, Shri D.K. Sharma, who is connected online. I also request you to welcome Vice President TI, Shri R.K. Khali. Thank you, sir. Now I request Shri Sunil Sharma to welcome Secretary General Shri Aditya Kumar Dinkar. And also to Chair TIYM Shri Ayush Raj. Thank you, sir. As you are aware, 4th December happens to be the World Terminal Day and being celebrated by a young group of International Tunneling and Underground Space Association, ITAYM. This day is an annual event celebrated every year known as the Feast Day of St. Barbara, traditionally seen as patron saint of tunnels. This year, the ITYM is celebrating World Terminal Day and St. Barbara's Day on the 3rd December 2021 with 28 IT nationals, young members group including India during a 24 hours online meetup Zoom marathon. So World Tunneling Day is to generate interest in world-class tunneling projects being undertaken worldwide and to promote the industry to students of all ages and to the general public. Let us acknowledge our strength in tunneling, be thankful for the experiences we had in the past, and pray for our success. This day of the year was highlighted by numerous celebrations as well as by organization of events all over the world. It is a proud privilege and is of a great moment for TI and TIYM to celebrate World Tunnel Day as on a hybrid mode, connected physically and virtually to celebrate this day. Now I invite Mr. Ayush Raj, Chair of the TIYM, for the welcome address.
Good evening, everyone, and wishing you all a very happy Tunnel Day. It's an honor to welcome you all gathered here and those who have joined virtually for this grand celebration on St. Barbara's Day and the World Tunnel Day. I would like to welcome Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma, PVSM AVSM Senior Vice President TAI, Shri D.K. Sharma, Vice President TAI, and Honorable Chairman Himachal Pradesh Electricity Regulatory Commission, Shri R.K. Khali, Vice President TAI and Project Director Hindustan Construction Company, Shri A.K. Dinkar, Secretary TAI, and thank them for their august presence in this grand celebration. I would also like to welcome and very thankful to Shri S.K. Gupta, Director Project Mumbai Metro, who has agreed to take a time from his busy schedule and share his views on a very interesting topic, that is the realization of underground space. This is the first event organized by this newly appointed committee, and hence I take this opportunity to thank the previous committee for giving us a very great platform. As you all are aware that this TOM group was launched in December 2018. Since then, it has grown tremendously, and right now, uh, the number of young tunnelers associated with TOM is now 145. We have a very active social media presence also. The TOM LinkedIn page has crossed, the followers has crossed 4100, and we have generated almost 30 hours of content in our YouTube channel in the form of webinars, lectures, seminars, and talks. Just to just to brief everyone, we are celebrating this. I request to please mute yourself who are joining virtually. Thank you. Also, just to brief you everyone that we are celebrating this World Tunnel Day with 28 other national young member group. We had a very wonderful interaction today morning with with the other young members group in the World Tunnel Day celebration, which is globally occurring. It is a 24-hour online meet, and right now it is also live, which we can see. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ayush Shah, for your brief speech. Now, may I invite Shri D.K. Sharma, Vice President, TI, and Honorable Chairman, Himachal Pradesh Electricity Regulatory Commission, who is connected online for the opening remarks.
Thank you, Kalpana. Shri Suresh Sharma, Senior Vice President, TI. Shri R.K. Khali, Vice President, TI. Shri A.K. Dinkar, Secretary General, CBIP. Shri Subodh Gupta, Director Projects, Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation. Shri Ayush Raj, Chair, TIYM. Shri Charanjit Sarkar, Vice Chair, TIYM. Delegates from different parts of the country, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, my greetings to all of you on this World Tunnel Day. On behalf of Tunneling Association of India, it's my proud privilege to welcome you all to this celebration of World Tunnel Day, and also to the presentation by Shri Gupta on utilization of underground space, need of the day. Today's topic, utilization of space, utilization of underground space, need of the day, is most relevant as India has embarked upon construction of tunnels in our border roads, national highways, metros, and as you are aware that the activity of construction of tunnels in hydroelectric project was one of the first one that's going on in parallel. Earlier, mostly the tunneling was confined to construction of hydroelectric projects, and the experience was not getting translated to other areas. Slowly, in last few years, or in last decade, this experience has traveled to other sectors, which was essential. And now today, other sectors have taken over the tunneling activity, which is very important for the nation, because as with the economic growth, we need to take our tunneling to other areas and to utilize the underground space in a big way. Because on the surface, with our increasing population, we are going to have big problems, and maybe we cannot imagine today our metros without our big cities without metros. Like for instance, you cannot imagine of New Delhi or Mumbai without metro. If metro is not there, probably survival would be extremely difficult in these our metropolitan cities. Let me share with you, with all of you, that I always quote this, that tunneling is an art. But today, now with the metro coming in, this art is getting transformed into a science slowly, because we are depending on instrumentation, we are depending on highly sophisticated machines. But going back to the tunneling history, let me tell you, maybe one of the first tunnel in the world was constructed in India. All of us can remember Mahabharata, where the Lakshagri happened and the Pandavas escaped through a tunnel. That was probably the first example in the world of the tunnel construction. If we look at the tunneling, we need to look at the changing technology. The machines are becoming mini computers, or rather they are becoming computers. The instrumentation, earlier we were not focusing on instrumentation in tunneling, and we were doing it with gut feeling in most, especially in hydroelectric projects. But now the instrumentation is need of the hour, and we cannot take chances in our metros without proper instrumentation. Our basic challenge today is the trained manpower. As I told you, we have these machines which are now highly sophisticated machines and are run through the computers. These machines, for running these machines, we usually see, like even today, we leave these machines, very costly machines, to semi-trained or untrained manpower, or people who are trained on the job. Somehow we have not graduated to the level where engineers, they run in these machines. It is important that most of the time the engineers should be running these machines rather than leaving these machines to the please mute your microphones. We also today also, if you have to find a good shotcrete operator, we look towards Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, because we find it extremely difficult to have a experienced shotcrete operator who has minimal rebound. In tunneling, what is important is the decision making. What happens when we keep on working under the routine process where things are happening as per the contract, decisions are taken fast and we make good progress. But whenever there is uncertainty, whenever we have the geological conditions which were not envisaged in the contract, we start backtracking and we start leaving decision, and these decisions start snowballing from one place to the other, which is cause of concern, and that is one reason where time and cost overrun takes place. So it is important that we take decisions as and when something happens. Other thing, just last point which I want to share, see the support system, especially for highway tunnels and also for these hydropower tunnels. We have to make sure that support is provided timely. We should not leave these tunnels for the fate, because usually what happens, people will carry out excavation. Next day it is some festival celebration. They leave this tunnel unsupported, and when you come after 2 days, the tunnel would have collapsed. So such like situations need to be avoided, and as and when we carry out excavation, we need to support it at the right moment simultaneously. With these few words, I leave it to the organizers, and I'm sure that the young tunneling members of the young group in the Tunneling Association of India would take note of all these things and would make sure that our tunnels are done on fast track basis. And see, when we look at the world, when we compare ourselves with the world, our biggest criticism is we are not able to execute our projects timely. So that is something which we need to take care, and I'm sure the young professionals would be alive to this situation. And once our projects are constructed timely, the cost overrun will also not be there. So with this, I leave it to the organizers, and I thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request TI Senior Vice President, former DG, Border Road Organization, former Engineering Chief, Ministry of Defense, and Principal Advisor, CBIP, Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma, PVSM, AVSM, for the motivational speech.
My friends and colleagues on the dais, Shri Khali, Vice President, Shri Denkarji, Secretary General, CBIP, the newly elected association of the young members, Chair Ayush Raj, those who are connected with us, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Gupta, and others, and my young colleagues sitting across. I think it's a very special day and a very special occasion for all of us to celebrate the World Tunneling Day, or World Tunnel Day. A little bit of historical importance. The mention was made in the opening that this day, which is actually the 4th of December worldwide, coincides with the feast day for Saint Barbara. Now, who was she? The history goes that she was born in the 3rd century, somewhere in Istanbul, which is part of Turkey. I think all of you know that. She was a very young, pretty lady. That's the time that the countries used to be invaded by the foreigners, by the invaders. To protect her, the father kept her in a tower, which was beautifully done up with all facilities inside, but it was more like a jail. So to explore the world outside, she decided to run away. And she went across to Greece, went into a tunnel, which was a silver mining, and she stayed there for a long time till people found that she was there, and they reached. Her father also found out and reached, and I think I can use that harsh word that she was killed. And the history goes that this curse, her father died in an incident of lightning. Okay. Now, worldwide, more so in Europe, whenever a new tunneling project is started, her idol or whatever little shrine or whatever little thing is done and installed generally in the portal as a mark of respect. Okay, so this is, and historically, world over, the tunneling people, including the military engineers, okay, are connected and they pray to that saint for the safety, for the well-being, and also for the success of the projects. So that's the relevance and the historical background to this, why this day and what is the Saint Barbara's story, which it goes. Right, now this is the first time during the last 2 years that we are having a meeting like this physically. Okay, in a small group today, and then I hope situation turns, which although it looks a little grim now with the new virus appearing on the scene, but all the more it's more special for us. And let me share it with you. Mr. Sharma is there sitting across. Other colleagues are here. When we had to go through the process of the selection of the new committee, ladies and gentlemen, we were very, very careful. We had done the due diligence. With something we were not satisfied, we had a second round, third round, and now you can see that when I see the entire list now, starting from the chair to the secretary coordination, we have people from all walks of life. And when we come to tunneling, starting with the teaching, to research, to investigation people, to the designing, to the materials, to the builders, to the equipment suppliers, okay, to the M&O people and the clients. I think we are being represented by most of the people who are working in this industry and in this field. So we were generally thinking that we should be correct on that spirit too. Well, having said that, Mr. Sharma just highlighted, Mr. D.M. Sharma, he just highlighted that when we look at the tunneling traditionally started in India, at least, okay, we started looking at the hydro projects, but see where have we reached now. Name a thing, we have metros, we have rail tunnels, we have metro tunnels, we have highway tunnels, we have hydro tunnels, We have storage tunnels. Okay, we have sewerage tunnels. And the latest now, it's my fad also, that we're going to have stormwater drainage tunnels. I've been insisting on one in Mumbai. I only hope and pray in days to come, we will push it through. In Delhi, we need it. Okay, where will the stormwater go? We have no idea. Okay, so the world is expanding. Then the fact is, it is no longer the world of tunnels. It is the correct word today worldwide being spoken is the underground space. So my request to all of you would be that please use more and more of underground space as a word than tunnel as a word. Okay, yeah, it's underground space has got a lot of utilities other than tunnel. It's just a passage. We're not talking a passage. We are talking of creating those spaces because overground we are saturated. We have no option but to go underground. And when we go underground, we have to integrate overground with underground. That's the beauty. And I have even listed a topic for the ITA that one of the theme sessions must be now dedicated to the junction between the two, the overground and the underground. And we should also incorporate the urban planners into it. They are nowhere on the scene. They also have to be brought in. Okay. I think I will not take more time. Just one more issue. It was mentioned in the passing that by Mr. D.M. Sharma again that tunneling is an art. I agree with him. Okay, last year when we were in Italy, the theme session turned out to be art, architecture, and archaeology. In India, every 30 kilometers there is an archaeological asset. Art, there is no Dutch. Okay, but somehow we are not able to put it together. I think even you people must think of it. I'm already now pushing the case that in this fold of tunneling or underground space, we must get the artists on board. We must get the archaeologists on board, and we must get the architects on board to create that when you travel in an underground space, it should be seamless and it should be a unique experience. You should not even come to know when did you enter an underground space, when did you come out. It should be so monolithic that you don't even come to know. So that's the vision that we should work on. I will not take more time on a day like this. Let's have this ambitious plan of developing the underground space in the modern era, which is totally integrated with the overground space. With that, I would leave. And once again, heartiest congratulations to the new team members of the IATM, or TAYN rather. Okay, welcome on board. We're very certain. Two more issues that I need to highlight. I've been very fortunate that the last 3 years I've been associated with the ITA as one of the judges, international judges. While it's a pleasure to see the work of others, but it's a pain when you see that in any category, we don't find projects from India. Okay. At the moment, we are at number 2 after China in the world of tunneling. But how come that we have no projects being listed up? How come our young tunnels or even the professionals who are today got 10, 15, 20 years of experience can't put up new projects, can't put up new papers, can't be recommended to be the Young Tunnels Award? It's not very good. So we're going to work towards that also, that we will see more and more papers being given up. Okay, more and more work being done. And historically, we in India are not very good at documentation. So those of you who are associated with the projects, including the hierarchical, we're going to approach the senior hierarchy of the projects. Like, it's not that our projects are not happening. Somehow we miss out on it, and it's very painful. When you look at the list of 7 projects, list of 17 projects, India, 1 odd project, which we know that no judge is going to rate it more than 17. Because it's been projected in such a weak fashion that it doesn't speak up, even if the project is good. So please groom yourself to project our power also. It's not like we've been projecting the hard power of the country, the soft power of the country. We are responsible for the tunnel power. So let's become another power in the country, that is the underground power. Let's project ourselves also in the world body that we also are there on the scene now. And with that words, once again, heartiest congratulations to everybody, those who are connected, those who are hearing us, and all those who are not even connected. I would say a very happy tunneling year and a very safe tunneling year ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your motivation.
Kalpana, wait. I just have to very quick remark what General Sharma said. So I would suggest that PI should organize a program for submission of these projects in the right format and also how to improve the quality of submission. Because we have already been organizing programs for improving quality of technical papers being submitted by Indian professionals in different disciplines. So it is better that CBI organizes a program wherein we we tell it to the youngsters that how they should be submitting their projects and what are the parameters required, how this presentation is to be made, and how the documentation is to be carried out. Just a suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your motivational speech and also encouraging the young engineers. I would like to quote the famous Isaac Asimov, American writer and professor of biochemistry, that is, science can amuse and fascinate us all, but it is engineering that changes the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the time now to invite Shri S.K. Gupta, Director Project, Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation, to make the presentation on the topic Utilization of Underground Space, the Need of the Day. Let me introduce our resource speaker for the day. Shri S.K. Gupta is former Indian Railway Service of Engineers officer with 31 years of experience, out of which 17 years have been at senior position in the prestigious DMRC. He is presently Director Project in Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation, a joint venture of Government of India and Government of Maharashtra to construct India's most complicated urban transport project. He comes with extensive experience of conceptualizing, planning, contracting, and implementation of underground as well as elevated modern metro rail networks. He has been responsible for execution of some of the signature works of Delhi Metro. In his career span, he has been awarded with MB's medal and various other awards, certificates in DMRC as well as in railways. Now I invite Shri S.K. Gupta to make the presentation.
Thank you for introducing me. Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma ji, Senior Vice President TAI. Shri D.K. Sharma ji, Vice President TAI. Shri R.K. Khali, Vice President TAI. Mr. Dinkar, all dignitaries on dais, all young engineers, very good afternoon. Thank you, TAI, for giving me this opportunity to speak on this important day, World Tunnel Day, to young engineers. I will start my presentation with the two cartoons of R.K. Lakshman. Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So both these cartoons are so apt for today's circumstances. One says this small car project is a damn good idea now. You can park your car right in your drawing room. The other one says, of course, I have a car, but I don't have a road to drive it on. The cartoonists have the knack of presenting very difficult problems in very simple words to make a point across. And these two cartoons, they represent the problems of urban scenario and need to utilize another space. So it is where, as Mr. Sharma says, underground space. So need to utilize another space, which is the underground space. That is the issue today we are talking of. Urban living in any metropolitan city in India is becoming difficult day by day. It's difficult because the growth of population in cities is at a faster pace than the development of the cities. And to cope up with similar situation, underground or subsurface facilities have been created in developed countries. It has vast potential in India too. In addition to providing the additional space, the advantage of underground space lies in the natural protection it offers to whatever is placed underground. Development of underground space in cities means efficient use of available surface space for other societal purposes. There could be so many recreational and other purposes, as well as to avoid congestion and environmental conflicts. This is a view from Mumbai Suburban Railway, which also represent that there is a need to develop underground space to mitigate traffic congestion on the surface. Underground metro lines are actually being made in many cities, and tunnels are also being planned and constructed for civic utilities such as water lines, sewer lines, and underground parking. Underground works are sometimes inevitable for aesthetic reason, like in heritage areas. Those who in Delhi, they know that old city areas have underground metro network, even though in some pockets elevated would have been possible. In Mumbai, city authorities are thinking of creating underground rainwater storage to avoid flooding of low-lying areas during heavy rainfall, similar to on lines of Tokyo. The coastal road project in Mumbai has a large road tunnel under the seabed to navigate topographical constraints. Thought process of Mumbai planners is reflective of the compulsion and necessities of a mega urban city to make increased use of its underground space. Mr. Sharma said there could be many uses of underground space, and it's not only urban space that is under pressure. There's so many other uses of underground space utilization: hydropower, energy production, irrigation, roads and highway, metros and railways, storage of oil and gas, storage of industrial or nuclear waste, lines, the tunnels for carrying fresh water, sewage lines, over and above strategic infrastructure, defense, combined purposes related to that, water storage, wastewater, and the list is endless. Actually, there could be so many other items which are not listed here. With increased focus and investment in the infrastructure development, India has become one of the fastest growing market for tunnel and underground space construction in the world. I will give you some statistics. These statistics 2-3 years old. It's on your screen. In terms of under construction tunnel length, you can see how much is related to irrigation, highway, hydro, metros, road, water supply, sewerage. And in terms of investment, in terms of billion rupees, the type of investment that is, that's the requirement to the society for the project which are envisaged as of now. For young engineers, these statistics should be of interest, that there's so much of potential for them to develop this field as a career and also contribute to the nation building. Moreover, tunnels are being constructed. They have been constructed in challenging terrain and geology. They are constructed at seabed. They have been constructed below the seabed, and all these type of situation would crop up in India as well. Some of the examples that are listed here are Gotthard Tunnel. It's a 57 odd kilometer tunnel through Alps mountain in Switzerland. It's the longest railway tunnel and constructed by TBM and drill and blast technology. Our own Atal Tunnel, a 9-kilometer long highway tunnel, recently commissioned. Channel Tunnel, it's a long 37.9-kilometer undersea wet tunnel between UK and France. It is used for high-speed rail. It is used for international freight. It's constructed by TBM. There is a Marmara railway tunnel constructed to connect two sides of Istanbul. It's a 1.4-kilometer long tunnel by immersed tube technology. There's a interesting tunnel in Hong Kong. The list is endless. The scope is endless. The technologies that are gaining traction for creating underground space, apart from conventional technique of drill and blast, in fact, that continues to play a dominant role in execution of tunnel construction projects, particularly in Himalayan region and other hilly region, Western Ghat, are mechanized technologies of TBM and also the new Austrian tunneling method. We in Mumbai are extensively using both these techniques. We are using extensively NETM as well as TBM. And the easier way is to construct open spaces by cut and cover method. That's another technique. So we at Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation are constructing a 33.5-kilometer fully underground metro corridor. Those who are familiar with Mumbai and with the alignment of this project can vouch that this is a very difficult project because of the topography, because of the geology, because of the limitation that the logistics pose to execute this project. In fact, Dr. Sridharan, in one of the interactions, said that it's the most difficult urban project ever undertaken in India. I would invite all young engineers to take out time, sometime come over. You would have a colleague or a friend or an agency known to you who can facilitate your visit to this project. Or let us know, we'll facilitate your visit to this project. Please come and see, expose the type of engineering you engineer can do and contribute to this nation. I will show you some photographs from this project just to make you familiar. That's one of the station. You can see in rear side. You can see high-rise buildings. You can see the temporary works. These are old photographs. This station is now practically filled. That's another station, Hutatma Chowk station. What type of space can be created in this situation? None, other than utilization of underground space. You have to service these areas. You have to feed the businesses in this area. People have to come, and the road cannot be widened. And that's what is happening below these buildings. The building that you saw in the previous photographs, this cavity is being created below that building. Another one. We have similar situations. Kalba Devi station, you can see that the two platforms would be created by NETM. The central portion, some portion would be box, some portion would be tunnel. Mr. Khali is around. He can he would be familiar. I think we lost the presentation. Is it? I can't see my presentation on his. Is it there?
Yeah.
No. Presentation is gone.
Presentation.
So I need to upload it again. So let me upload it again. Yeah, it's getting done. Please bear with me. Datta. Halwa Devi station is surrounded by very old buildings. These are major marketplaces around. It's a denser version or similar version of Chowri Bazaar in Delhi. We have so many stations in close vicinity, Girgaon, Grant Road, and other location where we are using TBM technology, we are using NETM technology. There is no other way to provide a transport network in today's time to these areas. So an underground system is the need of the today in all congested areas, whether it is in Mumbai, whether it is in Delhi, whether it is in Agra, and you see such projects coming up in all such cities. The presentation is still taking some time. Please bear with it. Sharmaji, you said that we should include architects, artists, then archaeologists. I
Yes.
totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. In fact, the underground spaces cannot be simple engineering projects. They need to be human project. And a human project, upload one. A human project has to have these elements: proper planning of space, proper aesthetics. Archaeology is so important to be part of us. So if they also come on the same platform of tunneling association, that would be good.
Yes.
Is the presentation visible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I have few photographs from this project. You can see Kalba Devi, a small pit to go vertically down, and to create these type of tunnel beneath those old buildings. You can have a little bigger view in this particular photograph. Another station is Girgaon. These are only representative photographs I'm showing. You can see the condition of the building over there and the type of temporary works that had to be erected. Apart from simple creating we have of stations, we have to create so many other infra for running a railway line. So there would be crossover, there would be other facilities which are also being created underground. That's Dadar station. You can see the depth of the station in close vicinity of buildings. Mr. Sharma said need of instrumentation monitoring, very important. These are fallback systems. We have extensively used instrumentation. It's risky if instrumentation is not relied and must be part of any underground work. That's a Shitla Devi station. We have 7 such stations where there is a component of NETM in the station. We had long drives of TBM because of the logistic issues, and we had to widen tunnel to make platform in between. You can see a pit very close to a flyover, just 1.5 kilometer away from the foundation. That's a flyover and that's the pit of an underground station. Another part of the station is in a tunnel being done by NETM. The complicated the topography, more challenges to underground engineers. simpler topography may give some relief, but a Mumbai condition would not give you that flexibility. That's Terminal 2, airport station. A crossover being built below buildings by Netam. A station being done very close to buildings, very close to a running metro line. So pits on both sides of the metro line, and then so we see only one side of the in this image. These are inside view. This is a finished view. Some of these photographs are old because today the project is 70% done. Tunnel is 95% done. These are the current photographs, finishes. You see finishes being applied now. And we are making our best effort to introduce aesthetics and also artwork in the stations. We are conscious that we are into heritage area. And in heritage area, the aesthetic can be either contemporary, so stainless steel glass, because we cannot create heritage. We may not have that type of space or may not have that type of artisan. Now, more and more underground projects to cater to diverse complexions are expected in the country and around the world. Developed cities like Singapore, Hong Kong, Tokyo are going deeper and preparing way for new urban forms. Interestingly, rise of e-commerce, and I'm sure young engineers use extensively Amazon and others. They're talking of cargo transportation in cities, extensive. So they need some way of dealing with the cargo. It's being discussed that a technology-enabled subterranean logistics system spanning across an entire city could become a reality. They may look hypothetical today, but people have started discussing these. No doubt, visionary businessman like Elon Musk is entering into intercity transport in tunnel. He has established a company named the Boring Company. And we in India would probably be following similar footsteps as the economy grows to 5 trillion and beyond, maybe with a little lag of time. Critical design and supervision demand in underground space remain dominated by international consultants, engineers, and design firms. Though they are supported by domestic contractors, consultant, and engineer. This situation is changing very fast. Key positions in difficult situations like ours, some of the positions are still meant. The key brains are still from abroad. There is a huge requirement of expert skill set, and the country needs to gain expertise and self-sufficiency in this sector. You, the young engineers, are the country's resource in making India a fully reliant in tunneling. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind attention. Safe tunneling. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for making an excellent and detailed presentation on the utilization of underground space for different purposes, and also giving more insight about the Mumbai Metro Rail Project Line 3 underground, which is very prestigious project at presently under construction. Now I invite TI Vice President and Project Director, Hindustan Construction Company Limited, Mr. R.K. Kali, for the closing remarks.
Thank you. Respected General Suresh Sharma sir, Vice President TAI, Mr. T.K. Sharma, Mr. Dinkar, Secretary General, CPIP, and Mr. S.K. Gupta, Director Projects, Mumbai Metro, and young chair, Mr. Ayush. First of all, I want to congratulate TAI Young Member Group for organizing such a wonderful gathering and on the World Tunnel Day. That is very important because young people are getting involved in tunnel construction now, and it looks future is bright for our tunneling industry. In India, only 14% tunneling has been done so far. Underground space utilization has been done. So future of tunneling lies in India, and most of the foreign countries are almost backed. They have done more than 95%, 99% of tunneling. So they are looking towards India nowadays. So our role is very important, and a lot of projects are in pipeline, and so many ongoing projects are there. Even I am handling in Uttarakhand, in Himalayan geology, so many projects. And we brought a bigger tunnel, bigger diameter TBM in India. From last 1 year is 9.86 meter dia. We are not able to run that TBM as per our planning because lack of awareness, lack of training, and lack of expertise available in India. That is creating problems. As a result, prestigious project of India is stuck up from last 7 years. We are not able to do tunneling. Now, since we are coming out of it, so PAI role is more important to provide expertise, to provide training, and young member group is coming up. They should also train people as per their project, whatever experience they are gaining in the project. So it is very important because the future of tunneling lies in India, and now things are taking place in the hydro sector, in metro sector, in irrigation sectors, and transport sector also. Earlier, underground space was known for only hydro projects. Now it has been transformed to transportation tunneling like metros. And then you must have heard about the USTRL project. And a lot of tunneling is taking place. Because we don't know about automation, as Mr. Sarma said, because there are a number of softwares available, and there are you can feed these things, you can feed the software, and you can operate the boomer very nicely with the help of that software. But expertise are not there because people don't know about the automation system, and they don't want to utilize. They are used to doing the conventional tunneling methods only. They don't want to go for technology. So this is the need that we should train the people in such a manner so that they should train other people also. And we have to make a cycle. We have to make a chain throughout the country. And young tunneling group may give cognizance to this. And at last, I wish you all the best and all tunnelers in India. And congratulate all of you on World Tunnel Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and motivational word and compliment to the young tunnels on celebrating World Tunnel Day. Now I invite TIYM Vice Chair, Mr. Chiranjeev Sarkar, for the vote of thanks, who is connected with us online.
Thank you, ma'am. Wishing all happy World Tunnel Day. Like every year, ITOIM is celebrating World Tunnel Day and St. Barbara's Day today with 28 young national group, including India, during a 24-hour online meetup. In the morning session of India at 9:30 to 11, TIM group member has participated actively in the panel discussion and talk show by presenting PPT, displaying videos, and giving technical talks. In India, TIYM is also celebrating this day as a get together of young tunnelers at TI office. So this is basically a second celebration after online events. On behalf of TIIM committee, we would like to thank S.K. Gupta sir, Director Projects, Mumbai Metro Railway Corporation Limited, for his wonderful presentation on utilization of underground space, the need of the day. A special thanks to Sri D.K. Sharma sir for his valuable opening remarks. A special thanks to Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma sir for such a nice motivational speech. A special thanks to A.K. Dinkar sir and R.K. Khali sir for their valuable time and contribution. We also wish to thank TI committee members, especially Sunil Sharma sir, Meenakshi ma'am, Kalpana ma'am, and others for their wonderful support. And finally, we thanks all participants of today's event for making it a grand success. Thank you. What to you?
Thank you, Mr. Chiranjeev Sarkar, for proposing vote of thanks. Thank you all for your precious time in joining us for the celebration of World Tunnel Day function in TI Secretariat. Sir, the suggestions made by the dignitaries in their speeches include art, architect, archaeology in the tunneling of modern era, and suggestion to organize a session how to submit the entries for award and technical papers in the international forum so that our engineer and tunnel professionals can submit more entries. Sir, we assure you all to address this issue very soon by organizing a session. We invite all the professional and young tunnelers for their active participation and contribution for the success of Tunneling Asia Conference in February 2022 at Mumbai. Now I request you all